Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Deving Sarasatin Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So, because of the initiation today, I selected a special verse. It's from 4th Canto, chapter 31, text 10. Kim Janmabhis Tribhir Beha Shokra Savitra Jagnikai Karmabhir Va Trayi Proktai Pungsha Api Vibudhayusha. Where did Maharaj go? Is he sitting on a chair? Maybe you can give him your chair.
I want to give, but he don't want to sit.
He doesn't want to. Okay, what can be done? Maharaj is completely independent. King Janmabhi Stribhirveha. King Janmabhi Stribhirveha. Shokra Savitra Jagnikai. Shokra Savitra Jagnikai. Karma Bhirvatrai Proktai. Karma Bhirvatrai Proktai. Pumshopi Vibudhayusha. Pumshopi Vibudhayusha. King Janmabhi Stribhirveha. Shokra Savitra Jagnikai. Karma Bhirvatrai Proktai. Pungshopi Vibudhayusha.
Kim Janmabhistridhiveha. Shokra Savitra Yajnakai.
Shokra Savitra Jagnikai. Karma Bhirvatrai Proktai. Pungshopi Vibudhayusha.
I'm not being so independent.
Kim Janmabhistridhiveha. Shokra Savitra Yajnakai.
Shokra Savitra Jagnikai. Karma Bhirvatrai Proktai. Pungshopi Vibudhayusha. Mataji's.
Kim Janmani Trivideha
Shukla Savitra Janmika Karma Bhivatri Prate Umshopi Vibhudayusha. Kim, what is the use?
What is the use?
Janma Bhi,
Janmabhi
of birth.
of birth.
3
Three.
Three. Va,
Va.
or. Iha,
Iha.
in this world.
In this world.
Shukra,
Shukra.
by semen.
By semen.
Savitra,
Savitra.
by initiation.
By initiation.
Yagnikai,
Yagnikai.
by becoming a perfect Brahmana.
By becoming a perfect Brahmana.
Karma Bhi,
Karmabhi.
by activities.
By activities.
Va,
Va.
or.
Or.
Trai,
Trai.
in the Vedas.
In the Vedas.
Proktai,
Proktai.
instructed.
Instructed.
Pumsha,
Pumsha.
of a human being.
Of a human being.
Api,
Api.
even.
Even.
Vibudha,
Vibhuda.
of the demigods.
Of the demigods.
Ayushaha,
Ayusha.
with the duration of life.
With the duration of life.
Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. A civilized human being has 3 kinds of births. The first birth is by pure father and mother, and this birth is called birth by semen. The next birth takes place when one is initiated by the spiritual master, and this birth is called Savitra. The third birth, called Jagnika, takes place when one is given the opportunity to worship Lord Vishnu. Despite the opportunities for attaining such births, even if one gets the lifespan of a demigod, if one does not actually engage in the service of the Lord, everything is useless. Similarly, one's activities may be mundane or spiritual, but they are useless if they are not meant for satisfying the Lord. Please repeat after me. A civilized human being
A civilized human being
has 3 kinds of births.
has 3 kinds of births.
The first birth
The first birth
is by a pure father and mother,
by pure father and mother.
and this birth is called by semen.
And this birth is called by semen.
Next birth takes place when one is initiated
Next birth takes place when one is initiated
by the spiritual master,
by spiritual master.
and this birth is called Savitra.
And this birth is called Savitra.
The third birth,
The third birth,
called Jagnika,
called Jagnika,
takes place when one is given the opportunity
takes place when one is given the opportunity
to worship Lord Vishnu.
to worship Lord Vishnu.
Despite the opportunities for attaining such births,
Despite the opportunities for attaining such birth,
even if one gets the lifespan of a demigod,
even if one has the lifespan,
if one does not actually engage
if one does not actually engage
in the service of the Lord,
in the service of the Lord,
everything is useless.
everything is useless.
Similarly,
Similarly,
one's activities
one's activities
may be mundane or spiritual,
may be mundane or spiritual,
but they are useless
but they are useless
if they are not meant for satisfying the Lord.
if they are meant for satisfying the Lord.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word Shokra Janma means taking birth by seminal discharge. Animals can take their birth in this way too. However, a human being can be reformed from the Shokra Janma or as recommended in the Vedic civilization. Before the birth takes place or before father and mother unite, there is a ceremony called Garbhadhan Samskar, which must be adapted. The Garbhadhan Sanskar is specially recommended for higher castes, especially the Brahmana caste. It is said in the Shastras that if the Garbhadan samskar is not practical, if the Garbhadan samskar is not practiced among the higher caste, the entire family becomes Sudra. It is also stated that in this age of Kali, everyone is Sudra due to the absence of Garbhadan samskar. This is the Vedic system. According to the Pancharatrika system, however, even though everyone is a Sudra due to the absence of the Garbhadan samskar, if a person has but a little tendency to become Krishna conscious, he should be given the chance to elevate himself to the transcendental platform of devotional service. Our Krishna consciousness movement adapts this Pancharatrika Vidhi as advised by Srila Sanatana Goswami, who says, Jatha kanchanatam jati kamsham rasa vidhanataha tatha diksha vidhanena dijattam jayate nrinam. As bell metal, when mixed with mercury, is transformed into gold. A person, even though not golden pure, can be transformed into Brahmana or Dvija simply by the initiation process. This is from Haribhakti Vilas. Thus, if one is initiated by a proper person, he can be accepted as twice born immediately. If in our Krishna consciousness movement, we therefore offer the student his first initiation and allow him to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. By chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly and following the regulative principles, one becomes qualified to be initiated as a Brahmana, because unless one is qualified Brahmana, he cannot be allowed to worship Lord Vishnu. This is called Jagnika Janma. In our Krishna consciousness society, unless one is twice initiated, first by chanting Hare Krishna and second by Gayatri Mantra, he is not allowed to enter the kitchen or deity room to execute duties. However, one is elevated to the platform on which he can worship the deity. However, when one is elevated to the platform on which he can worship the deity, his previous birth does not matter. So we can see Srimad Bhagavatam is pointing out three different types of births. First birth is called Shokra Janma, or through the father and mother, which is called Shokra, means semen. It's a seminal birth. And that birth, although one gets a human body, but there is no difference between a human being and an animal. Because the animals also are born. They get a body also. Only difference is a human being is a civilized animal. His animalistic propensities eaten. When one is born, a regular human being, an ordinary human being, what is the activities that they get involved? Only eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Very elaborate arrangement for that. Eating, very fancy restaurants, big shops selling food, and also at home, elaborate arrangement for cooking nice food and so forth. But the basic principle is just eating. Animals eat grass, or animals eat other animals. They don't cook, they just they eat raw food. But the propensity is the same, eating. Then sleeping. Animals sleep under a tree or a cave or in the hole of a tree or make a nest somewhere. And the human beings create skyscrapers but the purpose is only sleeping. And this way it goes on about mating and also defending. Animals defend themselves with their claws and fangs, and human beings are defending with nuclear weapons. But the propensity is the same. So that's why the Vedas are considering that that kind of life is animalistic way of life. Ahara nidra bhaya maitrinancha shamanam etadhi pashubi shamana. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending, these activities are common also with the animals. But there is a possibility of second birth. Second birth is the birth of the soul, spiritual birth. The body one gets, the life is actually a combination of material body and spirit soul. So the awakening of the spirit soul, becoming aware of the spirit soul, becoming aware of one's spiritual identity, takes a human being beyond the animal platform. Then he becomes a human being. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Labdha sudurlabhamidam bohu sambhavanti. Now that you got, and the scriptures are instructing us, now that you got this human form of life, after many, many possibilities, 8 million different possibilities, transcending that, we have got the human form of life. The 8 million types of different lives or bodies, they're subhuman, they're below human, starting from unicellular animals like amoeba, protozoa, microbes, all the way up to the animals. They all are 8 million different types of bodies. Transcending those possibilities, one gets a human form. And while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was instructing Srila Rupa Goswami, he pointed out that there are different types of human beings. Uncivilized human beings, half-civilized human beings, and civilized human beings. Uncivilized human beings is those who don't have any understanding about spiritual existence. Most of the people fall in that category, especially in today's world. They don't have any understanding of the existence of the spirit soul. And they're actually trying to defy or deny the existence. So-called scientists are just promoting. Life came from matter. There's nothing called soul. There is nothing spiritual. Everything is matter. And consciousness or life came from accidental combination of matter in certain condition. All of a sudden life evolved. And there is gradually an organic evolution. A theory by one idiot, Mr. Darwin. Prabhupada actually bluntly told that they're the cheaters, they're cheating people. Prabhupada's challenge was, okay, if life came from matter, chemicals, all the chemicals are there, create life. Why can't you create life? You have made so much technological development. Why can't you create life? So this is how today the whole world is being misled. Everything is matter and no spiritual existence. Anyway, so we can see how today's society is degrading the human beings into, not only into the animal platform, but even degrading more than beyond or below the animal platform. So the human being has, human life as an opportunity. Labdha sudurlabhamidam bahusambhavante. After many, many possibilities, now that you got this human form of life, and mind you, tadapi, it is very, very short-lived and uncertain. There is no way of knowing when you're going to lose this life. Adhrubam. Therefore, take advantage of this human form of life as soon as you get the opportunity. And that is actually leading us to the Brahma Jigyasa, spiritual inquiry. Brahma Jigyasa. Don't be fooled by all these cheaters. Recognize that the soul is there, everybody, even a child knows, even a illiterate, person dwelling in a forest knows that there is a soul that makes the body alive. And when the body dies, we say, he passed away, he left. So who is that he who left, and because of his absence, the body became dead? Not only he is the one who is making the body alive, he is actually our actual identity. When we say I, we indicate that spirit soul. So that knowledge comes when one comes under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. And then he becomes aware of his spiritual identity. And what does the bona fide spiritual master do? The bona fide spiritual master simply imparts the knowledge that has been given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself at the time of creation. At the time of creation, he gave this knowledge. And again, he came and imparted the knowledge 5,000 years ago in the form of Bhagavad Gita. That the spirit soul is the one who makes the body alive. And the spirit soul identity, na jayate mriyateva kadachin. In this way, the whole lot of information about the soul is given. Dehi nashmin jatha dehi komaram jovanam jara. The body is changing, but in spite of the changing of the body, we do not change. Why not? Because the body is like a dress. The dress is changing. But the person is unchanging. A simple understanding, but so profound with wisdom. So this is the spiritual understanding that one gets when one comes across a devotee or the devotees. Like we can see, we are sitting here discussing about the spiritual things. How did you get this possibility? How did you get this opportunity?